Hello there. Hello, this is Nicole M. Lou, the Social Worker Strategy Mentor. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I think that's it. Hello, how are you all? Give me 1 minute. I'm trying to go live everywhere. Okay. I think I'm live everywhere. How are you all? I hope that you are well. Okay, and I'm live on IG as well. Okay, excellent. I hope that you are good. I'm trying to go live in the group as well, the Facebook group. And I don't know if it's going to work, me doing this. I'm going to try it. Bear with me. You know, I always have live stream drama. You should be used to it by now. I'm playing. I am just trying to make sure. Hey there. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm trying to go live everywhere. Just give me a minute. So far, I'm on IG. And why is it not letting me click? Where are the post details? I'm going to talk to you a little bit about. I'm going to talk to you about something quite important that I feel needs to be talked about and discussed. So, okay, and I'm going live in the group now. Thank you for your patience. Okay, I'm live in the group. I'm live on IG, live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining me. I have my notes here, so I do not go for. There's a lot I want to say, and so bear with me. So today I'm going to be talking about social workers who have poor health, but are still showing up. Okay, still showing up, and then I'm going to really talk to you about some of the solutions that I have, and these are things that I can vouch for because I use them myself and they're working for me. And so if you are watching this live, even if I still want you to engage and, comment, put down your views also. Good morning to you, Angelina, welcome. And to you, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I wasn't sure if people were going to be available at this time because I know everyone's kind of back to work, back in the office, but I thought, oh, let's just do it. Let's give it a go. So anyway, I want to talk really about social workers who are ill, who have ill health. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because in my role as a mentor for social workers, I'm coming across so many battling with poor health on a mental, in a mental capacity. So anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress, just a lot of things mentally. And that's just, I guess, related to the not even including, for the most part, from people that I've seen, what's going on in their personal life. Now, that does come into it. A real thing, social workers, from an emotional point of view, like the emotional fatigue, feeling drained, apathetic about their career, about their future, about what they want to do, and about the job. Even though they complain about it, they're so apathetic, they're actually not doing anything really concrete about it. And so there's this great amount of apathy, and then that kind of spills over into apathy about their future. Where's my career going? I have no clue whether I'm going to remain in this job, but I haven't got the energy or the motivation, to actually do anything about it. So everything, it leads to like a lot of other frustration. It leads to a lot of anxiety in itself. It leads to a lot of stress. And social workers are finding, or at least the ones I'm speaking to, are finding that it makes it more difficult to cope with the day-to-day stuff, right? So there's also physical implications for ill health in terms of hypertension, inflammation around the body, toxicity, having pains, having things like IBS, even miscarriages. I've had a lot of social workers that I've spoken to have miscarried or can't get pregnant. There are just so many different things that come up for social workers in a real way that cause them to just struggle day to day. And the problem with that is it's the accumulative effect on the body. It's the cumulative impact of stress in that way. And that is just problematic. And so I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to talk about, I have another live stream that I did. I did a webinar, actually. It was back in 2020, I think it was. And I spoke about 8 things that I've been doing to work on my health. Those of you that are in my community, you know that I struggle with some health difficulties myself. And so these are 2 things that I have been implementing. I'm just going to talk about 2 out of the 8 that I implement that have really been game changers and are game changers. And I like the hub, I guess, and the seat of everything else that I have done and that you could do moving forward to really make some changes in this area. So I'm also going to be giving you access to a workbook that I created. And the purpose of this workbook, because so many of these social workers who are poor in health, lack a lot of motivation, have a lot of apathy, and just generally feel quite lost in terms of where they're going. I actually created a workbook and it's free. So you just have to enter your details for it, or to put actually in the comments, workbook in the comment if you want access to it, and I'll send it to you for free. But it goes through just like several questions, quite detailed, a number of pages, and each question has got a prompt to just take you a bit deeper on what's happening in life for you, what is it that you want to achieve, how are you going to achieve it, but that focuses specifically. So I'll give you a couple of examples. So there are a couple here that I start off with a statement and I ask you to finish the sentence. So more than anything else, before I die, I want to, and it gives you space to fill that in. And there's a prompt for each question. So it gets you to look at the people in your life with certain things that are going on in your life and just can break it down, and then looks at you actually making some concrete plans about where you're going. And the purpose of it is really just to help you make a bit of a shift in terms of how you're feeling, realigning with your motivation that can enable you to just feel different and start doing different. The number one thing is that I see with social workers is that they're not really being accountable for their future and what's going on. They feel as though they don't have control and they're just kind of going along with the flow because they have to work, right? They have to earn money. And as a social worker, they've been doing it for X amount of years. What else are they going to do? And so they're not thinking that there are other things that they could be doing with their skills in even another industry. I was doing a live stream last week with Karine, and we were talking about leadership in social work, and we were talking about the fact, we are so multi industries that amazing work and still transfer our skills, but we just don't have that vision or that foresight, because we're oftentimes, social workers certainly that I'm speaking to, just feel very burdened, and their focus now is just, I need to just keep my head above water and try work on day-to-day stuff rather than think long term, and even focusing on their health. So I'm going to make that workbook available. If that's something that you'd like, just put workbook in the chat. Okay, no problem, Micah. I will make sure that workbook comes to you. Can you make sure that you DM me your email? So yeah, talk a little as to why this is happening. I think you know, times have changed so much, and what we've seen is a lot of child deaths, and that comes then with a lot of legislation change, a lot of procedural changes, the capacity of the workforce, or how we can help social workers be able to do their job and give them more tools to do it in a way with or greater. When that happens, we're having to respond and firefight more so. And I can remember that happening when Victoria Climbié, God rest her soul, you know, died, was murdered. And even with baby P, Peter Connolly, those were tragic deaths. And what we saw is that, you know, the income